This is my friend Elaine, the angry lesbian feminist.
The mean old feminist.
Just the just mean old.
Angry, mean, old lesbian feminist. Yeah.
Where is Ash?
With a house full of cats.
There's another one right there.
Yeah, we have the mines right there. So
Kevin.
yes, she's gonna get the cat. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
He hates it.
Oh, he doesn't like the shake test.
I know.
He doesn't like the shake test. So here we go. All right, cool. So this is what we do every night at 7:45. We so did you look at the protest photos, Elaine?
yes, I did.
Okay.
I'm sorry I don't have any from Kansas City, but Helen
Well,
should have some.
so like only like 20,000 people were at Trump's parade.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, Linda, if at any time you can come in, just let me know and I'll bring you in. I was hoping Wendy Parker would show up, but maybe I have Wendy Parker's phone number. I can ask her, but I don't. Anyway, somebody message Wendy Parker and tell her to get in here. All right, well, cool. So, I didn't really have an agenda tonight. I was just gonna kind of just do a short live and we were gonna talk, but
okay.
Here, let's do this. Oh, my phone's downstairs. Here, you get to talk to a Gizmo for a minute.
No.
Yeah, you know.
Leave me alone.
No. No. Go back.
Don't worry.
No, go back.
I won't bite.
You.
No, you're going to whiskey.
All right, the mean old repellent feminist. Dead. Let me see who's all here. Oh, I can't see the list. I can just see there's 14 people in here. Anne, Linda. Okay. Well, so did anybody else in here go to the protest and wherever you are? We had about between 10,000 and 17,000 in Kansas City.
You had 17,000?
That's what I saw this morning. I saw 10,000 and I saw 17,000.
So here in Atlanta, there was the Chamblee protest that got tear gassed.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then up in Sewanee, where her kids live with their mom, I want to say there was maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people there. There was a bunch of people. And then Woodstock, Georgia, which is a very red city, there was purported to be about 10 or 15,000 people. So all in all, like worldwide, the No Kings protest worldwide was like somewhere between 19 million and 22 million people versus Trump's
20,000.
Yeah, 20,000 people or whatever.
I haven't checked AP or Reuters yet to see if I can find it, from a media source that I actually trust.
Well,
but because there's so much, somebody was saying there were only 2,000 in Kansas City. That's bullshit. I mean, I have never seen that park that full. We were on Main Street at 46th,
right
in front of there's the Community Christian Church.
Yeah,
and it was just like I said. I have never seen that many people. It's adjoining the Country Club Plaza, which is a shopping district, and there were people everywhere. There were enough people who couldn't find a place to park. A lot of people just drove around and around and around, and hung signs out the windows, and you know,
Right.
so. Um, but yeah, I took my bullhorns from the clinic defense kit, and yeah, I bet it was a Fox News report. We have a Fox station in town too, so. Um,
Right.
but yeah, the funny thing was that the most obnoxious of the womb sniffers from the Planned Parenthood protesters showed up with a couple of his buddies and their bloody fetus posters about repenting of abortion and loving your preborn neighbor and all that shit. And they set up camp like 20 feet away from me. He couldn't fucking resist.
That's because of all your Planned Parenthood shit.
I'm telling you. Well, I'll tell you what. The little motherfucker found out what it's like to get shouted down by 1,000 people instead of just me. I mean, those people were ripping him a new asshole every time he tried to preach at them. And
So, so Elaine and Astrid, that's our Luciferian friend. They live in Kansas.
Mm.
I'm allowed to let that out.
yes,
Right?
you're allowed to tell.
Yeah, allowed to let that out, right? Okay, cool. Um, so, and on Saturdays, they protest at Planned Parenthood.
No, we clinic defend at Planned
Yeah,
Parenthood.
that's right. Clinic
The
defense.
wound sniffers are the ones who are protesting.
Yeah,
We're there to make their lives miserable.
yeah,
So,
which is not a good experience.
well, not for them.
Well, no,
Great for us. Astrid made her first one cry the other day. I was like, yeah, you broke your cherry.
really.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Oh,
Dad.
there's Brandon.
Hello.
So
Hi.
this is Brandon. Gizmo. This is Gizmo. Brandon. This is Gizmo, my middle child.
Hello. How are you?
Who So Brandon, I'm not sure if you know. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm not sure if you know, but Brandon is super gay.
So gay.
Wait a
So
minute.
gay.
You didn't tell me you'd have these kind of people on here.
Wow.
What?
If Brandon's not gay, there's no gay people.
Okay, happy.
Fuck. I mean, really,
So happy.
so happy. How are you this evening, Brandon?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
Day by day. Did you go
Yeah.
to a protest on Saturday?
Well, I was at the Ozark Pride Fest in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, okay. So you're in
Okay.
Missouri.
I'm doing a Midwest Pride tour this month. I'm going to a different Pride Fest every Saturday, every weekend. So I was at
So were
Kansas
you in?
City. I was at Kansas City last week. I was
Right.
at Springfield yesterday. I'll be in Topeka this coming Saturday.
Gosh,
St. Louis.
if you're going to Topeka, you should go to my favorite church.
Oh yeah, I already know.
It,
Yeah.
I, network security, info security engineer. That tells you what I did before I was a professional.
Mm-hmm.
And SQL injection on their website is very easy. And I get that itch about every 45 days.
Well, I read up about him, and it sounds well. Obviously their founder died a few years ago, and
Yeah, Fred Phelps died quite a while ago. Hey, Kira.
Yes.
but
So are you from Missouri originally?
yeah,
What part?
not too far from Kansas City.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm from
okay.
Independent originally,
So
Oh yeah,
but I moved to Kansas in 1997.
she, Kira, Aubrey. Wait, I'm sorry, not Kira, Aubrey. Aubrey, has lived in Kansas City, Missouri before. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I've only actually lived in the city of Kansas City, Missouri for about 2 or 3 years in the early 90s. So I've just kind of
Oh,
been in
okay.
all the suburbs around, and now I'm in KCK
Well, I
with the
now
rest,
you live
with the
like
rest of the hood rats.
don't you live on the corner of Stabwady and Killwady?
Something like that, yes.
Elaine lives in a rough neighborhood.
I do.
When I pulled into Springfield into downtown, I saw a lot of people on the side of the road, and at first I wasn't sure. Being in the Ozarks,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't like to make assumptions, but I I think there are probably a few more Trump supporters in that area. So I wasn't sure what they were there for. But when I got closer, I saw their signs and everything, and it was all like "No Kings" kind of thing, And there was quite a big for their Pride Fest parade. There was quite a large following or a large group of the "No Kings" protest kind of things.
Right.
So I was a little surprised. I mean, I didn't expect that big of a presence as far as that goes. So, that was interesting. But I didn't see any protesters against um, the Pride Fest or the LGBTQIA plus community or anything. So that was also kind of surprising, but also in a good way. But
Well,
yeah, that's
from the No Kings protest deal, like a lot of the shit that I've seen suggests that there are very red areas that had a large output of people who were protesting against Donald Schittsburger.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so I was reading an account on Blue Sky yesterday, and it was a guy that was like, I live in Bentonville, Arkansas, the capital of Walmart, and
Mhm.
it's all Trump people here, and downtown Bentonville have like 20,000
Well,
people.
they lost a few of them the other day.
Yeah, 20,000. But here's an interesting fact, and I want your guys' opinion. So when you watch the um, marches that they have done at the military parades, like in China and North Korea, you've seen that, right?
Mhm.
Like, you've seen what their marches look like.
Mhm.
Um, then you look at the march from yesterday.
Mhm.
Um, there are military people who are like,
China's tanks don't squeak.
well, it's not just that, just like the actual people marching. The, there are like basic training graduates that march better than that.
Their
Mhm.
hearts just weren't into it. I don't
Yeah,
think.
maybe nobody's heart was into it, but people are saying like I think that those were paid people
Oh,
paid people in fatigues because it was very clear that on the DC Craigslist or whatever, they were giving away Trump meme coin for people to come to the parade.
Mhm.
And so they couldn't, not that anybody wanted $1,000 worth of Trump meme coin, you know, pump
You
and
could
dump,
probably
right?
almost buy you a can of Coke somewhere.
yeah.
A
I think
small
I saw
can.
it. I think I saw a sign that said seat fillers wanted and paid with Bitcoin or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah.
That might have been spoofed. I saw it too, but I thought,
Yeah.
I, that's the hell of it. You can't trust anything you see anymore.
No.
You
No.
know, there's just so much
I
crap.
mean, either way, but I mean, it didn't work because the rafters they had like outside of the stage or whatever
Hmm.
were fucking empty.
Hmm.
Squeaking. You hear tanks squeaking. You
The,
should hear
you
people,
know,
you know,
the thing that I liked about at least Kansas City's, and I'm presuming other places too, I didn't see any police. There were medics around. There were people bringing people water, going around
right.
checking on people. I was with my 73-year-old brother who walks with a cane and looks, frail because he is. And, people came by to check on him and all that kind of thing. It was very hot yesterday. We managed to find a place under a tree in the shade, but right on the street.
Right.
And we were there for 3 hours, but like I said, no cops, no
Isn't that
incidents that I knew of. The only people we saw that were not with the protester, were not going along with the protesters was Cliffy and the idiots. And I think there were some people but they were few and far between. And there were no confrontations. There were no. So,
well?
all of it's about how we were all going to riot and destroy the plaza and all that shit. My company, the global chief of security, sent out an email on Thursday afternoon advising employees not to attend any demonstrations. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Um,
So the research that I did about what happened in Chamblee,
mhm,
Chamblee, Georgia, which Chamblee is like there's the perimeter of Atlanta, and Atlanta's in the center, and then kind of north and east of that is like Chamblee and then Doraville. And so what happened in Chamblee was apparently there were Proud Boys there who were
mhm,
trying to incite people
yeah,
into
mhm,
acting incorrectly,
mhm,
and it was successful. It was at North Lake Mall, um, which when we were driving past it or whatever, Kara and I were in the car, and like the exit you would get off of on 285 to go towards North Lake Mall had, I shit you not, like 30 fucking state patrol cars all lined up along that exit. And people that were driving up the exit, they were telling them to stop because they were
mhm,
trying to route people away from going to fucking that protest. But they tear gassed. They sprayed like
yeah,
80. They sprayed like 87 canisters of tear gas into that crowd.
mhm, mhm,
Which, have you ever experienced tear gas before? It sucks. Trust me, it sucks.
yeah.
You'd rather be sprayed in the face with pepper spray than
Well, was there the Missouri's governor deployed the National Guard?
yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you see
So
any of them in Springfield? I didn't see any in Kansas City.
no,
Not.
I would have been completely shocked.
I
And
was
to Brandon, from your perspective, like you went to a Pride Fest in the Ozarks, that seems like an oxymoron.
yeah, it was actually very well attended. I mean, there were a lot of people there. I heard from a couple other people. I'd never been to the Ozark Pride Fest before,
Mm,
but I heard a couple of people say that there were a lot more than last year, and
mm,
I saw when I drove into Springfield, I saw a big pickup with a couple of flags in the back, American flag, and I don't remember what the other one was. And then I saw a vehicle with the Trump sign in it. But other than that, I didn't see any other Trump support. It was all the No King stuff at the actual Pride Fest venue event. There were police there. They were just kind of just walking around, kind of patrolling, and they had a booth. At Kansas City, they had their Jackson County had a booth and
mhm,
whatnot. Leawood
Right.
Police had a booth there, but
mhm.
um, there were no incidents that I knew of, at least at the time that I was there, and everything went really well.
Right. I mean, I'm I, I'm comforted that that happened, but I'm kind of shocked. I mean, when
Yeah,
you know, like I take Patton Oswalt's approach to certain things, and Patton Oswalt does this bit where he's like, you know, they should do gay pride parades like not in places like Miami and Atlanta and New York and San Francisco. That there should be gay pride parades like in West Virginia or whatever, Because you get like the one guy that's like, "Take me with you, gay pride parade." I want to get my chest waxed and make catty comments while watching 6 Feet Under.
Yeah, well, I mean, Springfield is in the Ozarks, and that's, traditionally hillbilly territory, So, I mean, I was a little leery. I mean, I was going to go no matter what, but I was
Mhm.
kind of expecting some protests or pushback, but I didn't see anything.
Mhm.
See,
So I was
So are you gonna go to St. Louis's, or has that
yeah,
already happened?
no, that's at the end of that's like the 26th through the 29th,
Hi.
20, I don't know, whatever weekend that is. But yeah,
Yeah, I went to
Oh,
St. Louis's in 91 or 92,
so
something like that.
oh
I
that's
yeah.
love it.
Mamadillo. That's Elaine's brother. Elaine, your brother joined.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, you
Oh,
know,
brother. Uh,
he never joins. So yeah, so Chambly, there was a bunch of tear gas, and then we we drove up to go and get the kids, or go to visit the kids yesterday because they were up at home, staying at home or whatever, and so um, driving through Swanee, and Swanee is a pretty red city predominantly. I mean, it's basically North Gwinnett County,
mhm.
and in their city center there was a good 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people. So yeah, I mean, I think and then too, I was going through my short list of shit today, and Trump's approval rating on the Rasmussen polls. So when I read approval ratings for the president, I always go to Rasmussen, and here's why. Rasmussen is infamously known for only polling Republican voters, and his approval rating on Rasmussen as of today is -7. So 34% approve and like 56 or whatever percent disapprove. And so for that poll to say we're fucked, that
Yeah.
Mhm.
that means Quinnipiac, and Gallup, um, and Disco and all those other ones are going to be even worse. That yeah, his approval rating is so far down in the fucking toilet, it's not funny.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
it couldn't have
basically
happened to a more deserving person.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure.
make any kind of survey or poll, read whatever you want. You can make the results do whatever you want depending on who you poll and your sample size and everything. So for them to not get the numbers they wanted, that's pretty bad.
Well, Rasmussen has a they're very well known for only polling Republican voters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Versus Gallup, who they just poll everybody. They do their random, statistical deviation or whatever, and then, but Rasmussen, they actually, and that's the other thing, Rasmussen actually targets key red areas, and
Mhm.
his approval rating is in the toilet with them, and that should say something.
Yeah.
On top of the fact, I'm not sure if everybody knows, but fucking Israel and Iran are trying to turn each other's country into a dust pile.
Mhm.
Do you have an opinion about that?
I've heard about it.
Oh, you've heard
I've
about
not done any thorough research on it, but I
Oh,
know it's happening.
okay.
But it was a you hit me, I hit you back situation.
Right. Yeah. It was basically Israel fucked Tehran, and then Tehran said,
Yeah.
"We're gonna fuck you back."
Iran?
Yes, Iran,
Iran. Different place.
but Tehran is with the city they hit. And actually,
you mean okay.
yeah, here's the thing. Not a lot of people know this. There are areas of Tehran that are irradiated because when
Yeah.
when the Israelis hit Tehran, they hit enrichment facilities, and so there are areas of the city that have uranium contamination
Mm.
in it now. So, you know, Plus, like every Christian forum is saying this is the apocalypse. This is the apocalypse. Jesus is going to come
Oh,
now.
I'm sure their tongues are all hard over that. Yeah. Please.
Yeah. All the apocalyptic Christian people are like, the end times are here.
Yeah. Well,
Israel is going to get turned into a pile of dust. That means Jesus is going to come now. Well, okay, gosh, I hope so.
well, my phone is heating up, so I'm going to have to drop off of here.
All right,
It's
cool. You're cool, Lane. I'll pick on
right.
somebody else.
That's fine. Pick on my brother. He can tell you about yesterday.
Oh shit, that's right. I have your boat. Hey, my reader Kale Rock says you're very correct. By the way, so if my readers say you're correct, guess what? That means you're actually pretty cool.
That's correct. I ran, you ran, we all ran from Iran. No.
No.
All right. See you guys later.
Yep. I'm not going to leave you alone for long, Brandon. But I've been bugging you about Conan. So here, let's.
Yeah, it's fine.
You
And
actually,
if you want to, if I look what?
I say you look. You like the other day. You're like, no, I don't look good. I'm like,
No.
honey, Mama didn't do any makeup today. Okay, just I don't want to hear it.
Actually, I still have glittery paint in my hair from yesterday. This guy painted my hair with this glittery stuff, and I didn't even wash it out or anything. I just let my pillow has glitter all over it. I have glitter everywhere.
No,
I had this nice cat on my face. I did wash that off, but I was very hesitant.
That's not gay. That's not gay at all. I just want you to know.
Glitter? No.
No. Oh,
no.
By the way, I don't know if anybody knows. I'm trans. Just in case you didn't know, I'm trans.
I heard that from Craig.
Yeah, Krager's like tries to convince people that I'm a trans person. You know, I'm just gonna say.
KL Rock is my new best friend.
Oh yeah, so here we go. Guess what, KL Rock? Guess what that means? We get to pick on KL Rock now.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
I tried to message Krager's and find out where the fuck he is. Hey Lynn, can you come and host? Because if I can't get KL Rock to oh no, there we go. We got a new one now. Oh, we got a new one. Oh.
Hey,
KL Rock.
yes.
You're on Wendy the Druid.
Oh my gosh, I've watched that on Substack and just been like, yes, yes, and yes. Oh, absolutely. Every time I see a post from them, or you, or all of
me.
you.
So I want you to have no illusions. I write 90% of the shit for the publication. So all of the Druid meditations and the guidance meditations are written by me. I write all of the queer history articles and then the political articles. And then occasionally Miranda, who is not here, does like a lateral, like poetic piece because Miranda is a poet and a creative writing major.
Gotcha.
And then occasionally you will see like healthcare related posts from Anna. And I'm not allowed to tell you who she works for, but I will tell you that she works in the healthcare insurance
wow.
agency. Yeah. So she knows what the fuck she's talking about when it comes to, like, we did a whole expose on Luigi, and she was like, yeah, Luigi really probably needed to do that to that dude or something because of how fucked up it is.
We feel that at our house too, because I mean, it's like, okay, do we buy diapers for our daughter with a neurogenic bladder, or do we eat food? There's just some days. We go to a pantry and food pantry sometimes, and we're middle class, or we used to be middle class, but now we feel not very middle class at all. We live in
like almost no such thing as middle class anymore.
I know.
So that's it. What do you think about that?
We're in the
The gap is
Chicago
getting
area.
wider.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Why
getting so much wider.
is it getting wider?
Make the rich richer and the poor poorer.
Yeah, right, okay.
That's a pretty standard result of capitalism.
So we're in post-capitalist rot.
Yeah, at least getting there.
Right.
It could, we're not Hunger Games yet. We're not,
No.
living in the seams while, the capital is out there wearing glitter and makeup.
Right.
But
Well, we're in the Chicago suburbs.
Wait, you're saying the Hunger Games could actually really happen in the US?
arguably, yeah.
I love that.
Arguably, yes.
Arguably.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think most people would let it get to that point.
No.
But, if all control was relinquished to the people in power currently, yeah, maybe. I mean, fair chance. I mean,
I'm gonna have to learn to.
between Donald Trump and President Snow was at least a little bit smarter. He
I'm gonna
was
have to learn how to shoot a bow and arrow now and make traps and things.
gonna turn into Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
May the odds, oh my God. May the odds, it's been
Ever in your favor.
be ever in your favor. It's been so long since I've watched those movies.
I've never seen them, and I really want to.
Oh, the
Read the
books
book.
were. Oh, yes.
Books
The
Exactly.
books were really good. You said
The
The-
that
books
again?
were awesome.
I've heard the books are really good. I've watched the movies, and then I'm going to go back and read the books for a comparison, because there's different things. Like, I think in the books,
Yeah.
technically, PETA loses a leg, and in the movies, they were like, we don't know how to fit that in, so they didn't. But there's, I'm pretty sure, I think PETA loses a leg. I can't remember. I haven't even read them yet. But
Oh.
I intend to read them. But the movies they're one of, the all hate and no love to J.K. Rowling, but
Absolutely.
it's one of those situations where the movies were actually adapted from the books pretty decently, a lot like Harry Potter. So,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Very
the
good then.
movie-
I'll probably read the books first because I'm
Yeah.
kind of that kind of person. I read Lord of the Rings, God, in high school. And then all of a sudden they come out with it. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely how I envisioned, this guy and this guy, this guy. And of course, I love Vigo. So,
Yeah.
Oh,
attractive as hell.
He's all right.
when they
I
when they
love it.
cast Viggo Mortensen as the Strider Aragorn,
Ah,
I know a funny bit about that, by the way.
oh,
do you know
tell
why-
us.
Do you know why he took that role? Mortensen took the Strider role. Get this. He tested for it, and they said you can do it. And he went home and talked to his kids, and he told his kids, and his kids were like, "Oh my God, Dad, you totally need to take that role." And that was how he decided to.
Awesome.
Oh, there's Craigers. Hey, Craigers. Hey, I'm sorry. I tried to message you, Craigers, but I had a Gizmo, so I brought Gizmo. Wave at Craig. Wave at Craigers.
Ah.
So Craigers is going to run the chat now. So that's what Craigers does. Craigers runs the chat.
Oh,
Yeah, Craig, I mentioned you, and now you're here.
Yeah. See, Craigers. Gizmo.
Hi.
Gizmo. Yay.
Yes. Which, by the way, nobody has yet asked me why I call my child Gizmo. Do you want to know why? I will tell you.
Yes, I do.
But she turns
Wait,
into a gremlin.
I was half
No.
right.
Oh my God. You're a gremlin? No. So when Gizmo was younger, I was not a trans person, and I was another kind of parent. I was not a great parent, by the way, in all honesty. You
Aw.
can confirm that I was not a great parent. But anyway, one of the many things. Right, okay, so she agrees. Fuck you. Anyway, I made the tedious error very young in her life. I bought her an iPad. And so when you would ask her questions, she would be like, yes, what? And
Don't tell them I was an iPad kid. Don't tell them that. I was not that bad.
no, but like that was so. And then too, like Gizmo is like Mogwai cute or whatever.
Aw.
So like the cute gremlin,
Right.
not the green, like the cute
one.
no, like the cute cute furry non-gremlin thingy or whatever. And so that was where Gizmo came from.
Ah,
So
I get it. I
yeah.
saw that movie a long time ago.
Oh gosh, yeah, of course.
Mhm.
What?
I've never seen that movie. You know I've never seen that movie.
I thought you'd see it.
What?
I thought you'd see it by now.
I know. I'm incredibly apologetic, but I've never seen
Look, I just so everyone knows, I'm a good mom. I'm a good mom, I promise.
But you never showed me that movie.
But I'm a good mom.
But you never
Excellent.
I mean,
Just don't feed her after midnight, right? Isn't that the rule? Not
Right.
feeding them after
You
midnight.
got it.
yeah, not after midnight. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, in all fairness, Gizmo was turning 18. Get this, Gizmo turns 18 on June 19th.
Oh,
Happy graduation. Thank you.
Yes, Krager's happy graduation. My child graduated from high school about 3 weeks ago. So I was very happy about that.
Was I born to be gay because I was born during Pride Month?
Yes, I would say that's probably true. Yes.
yeah, probably.
That's great.
Maybe that's true. But
And
June 19th, so Gizmo's birthday is on Juneteenth. I think that's like, I think that means you were always meant to be a progressive, liberal leaning person. I'm just going to say.
Probably, yes.
I always have been. And I supported my gay friends when I had them. I lived in closer to Chicago in Oak Park, which is home of Frank Lloyd Wright. So
Oh, yeah.
that was just fantastic. And that was just an L ride into the city. And all of a sudden I'm with them. It was great. So I miss them all. So
Oh, okay. So, KL, this is the first time that you've ever been on one of our live sessions. So,
yes.
I literally and same for you, Brandon. So I'm gonna do this for both of you. You can literally ask me any question, and it doesn't matter how risque the question is.
Ooh.
I will literally
Ooh.
answer the question. I will tell you that Lawrence has already asked the top or bottom question.
Depending on the question, I will leave.
I was thinking about that. I was like, well, with your daughter sitting right next to you, I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, don't pay attention to this. Go into the original phone.
Well, I have no concept of the top and bottom thing for trans people. I know what that means in gay speak, I guess, because I have gaydar. And
Yeah, well, in trans speak, it's the same thing.
okay, because I have gaydar.
Yeah.
I've been a fag mall and a fag hag in the past, so both of them. So
yeah, yeah, like here in the South, we call them queen bees.
oh wow,
Yeah, queen bees.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, queen bees. So yeah, that's totally a thing. I have a few friends who are females that do not date, and they are surrounded by gay men.
Yes, why not? They totally were
And
awesome.
like more gay men than a colony of bees surrounding one queen.
There you go. That's a great comparison.
Right.
Oh, let's see. Can I turn on my video? Wow. Let me see.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay, go for it.
Was there a movie or maybe particular celebrity in your past that kind of caused an awakening before you were trans?
Oh yes, very clearly. Yep. There's like 5 of those. but they're pretty significant. So, okay, I'm going to ask this question. I already know the answer to this question. I'm going to ask the question anyway, just because I'm going to ask the fucking question. Um, Brandon, have you ever seen Priscilla, Queen of the Desert?
I have.
I've heard I had a friend that was telling me about it. I've never seen it, and I've been told that I know. Jaw dropped.
A gay icon.
I know. Well, the same thing happened with Rocky Horror Picture Show. I had never seen that until just a couple years ago, and a friend of mine was like, "She's like, are you sure you're gay? How could you not have seen that movie?"
All right.
I've never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. Either of these. I've seen Hurricane Bianca.
Don't listen.
I've seen
You've
it.
seen Hurricane Bianca because I made you watch it.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. So, all right. So here's the deal. Hugh Stamp's character in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Basically, that movie. Brandon. The next time you come on live, you better have watched it. But basically, it's Guy Pearce, it's Hugh Stamp, and another Australian actor, and it's basically a bus full of drag queens who are going around the Australian outback doing shows. But here's the thing.
Oh, wait. I did see that, but it was just last year. I remember now. Yes. When you said the bus and the going around in the desert.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I watched it last year.
So Hugh Stamp's character was actually coded as a trans woman, not a drag queen. Like, she's actually billed as a surgered upon transitioned woman. And so that character was transformative for me. But I will tell you that there is a book. The book did it huge. And so there is a social media personality named Jeffrey Marsh. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
Go look up Jeffrey Marsh. Jeffrey Marsh is a fiercely non-binary they/them person. And Jeffrey Marsh wrote a book called How to Be You. And I read that book, and that was it. I'm a trans person. That's how that. Yeah. But I will tell you, like, all along the way, like years ago when I was a Quake 2 video game cyber athlete, my Quake 2, Quake 3, and Quake 4 player models were the Catholic schoolgirl. So maybe that should have been a sign. And then as a child of the 80s, I watched the 80s Gil Gerard, Buck Rogers show. And I wanted to have an outfit just like Aaron Gray had in that show. That might have been a sign that.
Yeah, I think so. I'm a child of the 80s too. I'm 58, so.
Oh, you got me by 5 years. I'm 53.
Oh, baby, geez.
Yeah. So yeah, I did. But yeah, Brandon, the answer to that question is yes. I categorically over time. I'll just say this. I don't know if you're not a paid sub, I'm going to comp you.
Who?
But go read my autobiography. It answers virtually all of those questions.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, because both of you joined the live, I'll comp both of you to paid subs for a month.
How do I?
Yeah.
How do I?
If you're not a sub already, sub, but then I'll comp you, and so you can read it. And so yeah, I am a
sub. Yeah.
Yeah, it answers a lot of questions.
Oh, that's great. I would love to read it because I've met several trans people over time. And when I was with my gay friends, I mean, there were a few, but, I never got to talk to them or ask them anything. And the first time I ever met a trans person, and I'm pretty sure they were, I was at Marshall Fields in Chicago looking at like beautiful lingerie, like for my honeymoon. So
Right.
we're talking long sleeve, flowy things that are like robes and everything. And I touched the sleeve of one and I was checking the price tag. And all of a sudden, I see this hand come into my view where my hand is. And I was like, that's awfully big fingers and stuff. And, you know, I'm like, that's a male hand. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, well, and we just said hello and I told her she looked fantastic. And that was very good. I'm like, I just wanted to acknowledge I get it. So, you know, I I would love to talk to you about that and your
Oh gosh.
experiences with it. It just I I don't want to ever be a man. That's all I can say in my life. I do not from all that guys have to go through. You're kidding me. So, and of course, we're women, so we have to tear them down when we get a chance.
Oh, I definitely don't want to ever be a man.
Well, that's good. Well, one thing I noticed is your voice. That's why
Yes.
it threw me off because I'm like, don't most trans like try and match the voice of how they present?
I literally will answer that question for you. And one, I do my vocal training exercises in the morning.
Oh,
So during the day, I have a very light effect to my voice, and I try to keep it, an octave or two high. But in all fairness, I literally am 6'6", and I weigh about 255.
yes. Wow.
So yes, um, you know,
Wow. So
and
could
I'll
have
I'll
been a
tell you I'll
bouncer.
tell you a story. I have a trans sister named Shay. That's a pseudonym, by the way, it's not a real name.
No.
And she's the same way. And so like she does the same thing I do when she gets like towards the end of the day. Um, it starts to sort of wear down, and then the deeper voice but but
I
my
love that.
talking now, the way that I'm talking now, this is a couple of octaves higher than my normal
Normal.
range. But when I
Wow.
get really, 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 really mad,
Oh boy.
that voice comes out, and then so
Yeah.
like
Uh,
um I tell this story to people often whenever I get accosted by a MAGA person, and I've been accosted by a MAGA person a handful of times. And you love my reactions. I'm going to tell you
I remember.
the Kroger story. So I pulled into a Kroger, yeah, and it was early in my transition. I'd been transitioning for about a year,
okay.
and I was wearing 4-inch heels, and I was wearing a cute skirt, and I had hose on, and I was done up really nicely, and so I got out of the car and I wasn't paying attention, and I started walking. Well, as it turns out, um, I forgot my purse. So I turned around to go back to my car to get my purse out. And when I did, there was a guy standing there. And the guy said to me, uh, I thought Trump was going to deport all of you,
Oh,
and word that rhymes with hag. And so
well, fag you. Anyway.
right. And so I looked at him, and I had my wig on and I had my makeup done or whatever. I mean, I wasn't like spot on. I'd only been going at it for about a year, and I'd been on HRT for about 9 months.
Oh, wow.
And so I looked at him and I kind of cocked my head, and I walked over to him and I said, "Hey, I want you to know that you're really cute. And I think you have a really cute ass. And so what I'd like to do," and like I was looking down, so I'm 6'6". I'm wearing 4-inch stilettos.
Yeah. And you're Yeah.
So I'm like the fucking
Uh,
Eiffel Tower, and I'm
right.
looking down
Oui,
at him,
oui.
and I'm looking down at him, and I'm like, got a really cute ass. What I'd really like to do is to take you back behind the store and let you find out. And then I leaned over, took my glasses off, and went, and he like got like 8 shades of red. And then I turned around and I walked out. Well, like there were 5 other people who were standing around or whatever at the time, and they all laughed. Well, I went into the store. I didn't get any shit in the store or whatever.
Oh,
I people who give me stink eye and people who look at me funny. I got boar hide skin or whatever. You're gonna have to try harder than that.
oh, great. I
You know,
love that.
yeah. So I walked out of the store and I had my groceries, and a woman walked up to me and she said, "Hey, I want you to know I was out here when you said that to that person." And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "You should keep doing that because they don't need to treat you that way or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much." And she said, "And I think you're pretty." And I was like,
Awesome.
"Okay, gosh, I feel verklempt."
Oh, boy.
So,
Uh,
so yeah,
uh,
I will tell you, KL, if you monitor the Wendy the Druid chat in the Substack app or whatever, if you have questions, just ask. I'm open book.
yeah,
I don't believe in holding back.
I don't either. I'm a regular female. Uh, and my first name helped me this century. I think this whole century I'll be helped. Uh, uh, my name is Karen. So, and I want to speak to your manager. Um, my husband said I was doing that before this name became popular, but
Right,
I'm from the 60s, and my mother-in-law, who is also Karen, same last name because I married into that family. Uh,
right.
uh, yeah, she's named Karen too. So, and she's from the 50s, Karen's. So, either way, and she has an opinion about things as well. So we kind of clashed that way in the beginning, but now we get along. So she she is
I look, I completely get it.
oh,
Yeah, I
her
completely get it.
her issues are they have Mexican people that live next to them, and I'm like, you got to go over there and get recipes for this and this, and she's like, no. I'm like, come on, I would so be over there talking to these people. And I've tried to learn Spanish. I took French and Russian, but Spanish would be really smart to know too.
Oh,
But I appreciate you telling me those stories.
go get food if you want. The cash flow's ready.
You want me to?
Yeah, I want you to eat. Say
Craig,
bye bye.
you missed my commentaries earlier, Craig. Yes, I've been silent for it's. I don't like to interrupt people, and I'm
Abby, can you prepare me a bowl
I have ADHD, Brandon, so
or a plate?
unfortunately I do it a lot. Um, it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut. So
well. I'm probably gonna have to hop off here because my phone. The video kind of drains your phone a lot, doesn't it?
It
I
does
was
actually. Well, we're at the top of the hour, or we're 3 minutes in.
oh well.
I'm like Lawrence or whatever. I try to just cover an hour and then keep the chat open for everybody. So we can come down because that one of my three that one doesn't come here very often, and so
oh
when she's here, I try to monopolize her time. And so
Right.
um, it's yeah. But that's my psychologist. That one is going to study psychology at Mercer University, and I'm a very proud member.
Well, congratulations on her graduation and happy
yes,
early birthday.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
definitely. I have enjoyed speaking with you guys. I did not plan this. I just thought, what happens when you push this button? Oh, here I am. I'll have to look at my video capabilities
I
because
didn't take your phone.
otherwise you guys would see
Did you leave it in
a
your room?
58-year-old lady that's lying in bed because I'm disabled. I have multiple sclerosis. So it's
Oh,
kind of
well,
screwed my life for me. But that doesn't stop me from still being an extrovert. It's really hard when you're lying in this thing
I
that
mean, Karen, I'll tell you, I walk around with 15 pounds of titanium, so I feel you.
awesome.
I
Awesome.
feel you. Well, with that, I think, yeah,
Yeah.
um, I'll let you
Nice.
guys go. So,
Okay. Thank you so
everybody,
much.
Brandon, always a
All
pleasure.
right. Well,
Yeah.
it was nice hopping on. Thank you.
Always. Always. Okay. And then Karen, we're going to take Karen off. Okay. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing this moment this evening. I'm immensely appreciative of all of you. I will tell you, as I tell everyone, please be safe out there. Please, take care of yourself. Do what you need to do for yourselves. Stay safe. I can't get through this without you guys. We can't get through this without each other. So let's keep it together and we'll come out on the other end okay. If you're a new person, please subscribe. If you're a free subscriber, consider being a paid subscriber. Blah, blah, blah. You make the publication possible. You make these live sessions possible. And so with that, I will tell you good night. Be safe. I love you all, and we'll make it.